My for some reason my streams keep cutting out on me, but yeah, that is what it is. Keep getting network errors, but not actually disconnecting. So don't know what's causing them. Uh, um. Okay, hopefully I actually do better than I did last game. I don't actually know if the last game would have saved. I think it would have, the stream would have corrupted. That I'm getting at, so at least, yeah, it wasn't a very good one, so not too surprised. I kind of wish they had solo tracks, yeah, but okay, I don't even feel bad, but hooked up, not dropping anything this time because they won't mark it. Normally, market's not a good place to go, but especially if you like me, and not like 100% the best of the game. Generally, you don't normally want to go market. Normally, drop a market leads into an early grave, but ways around and stuff like that. At least I got something that I find more useful than the wingman. RE. So if I start hitting this well and I'm making it back around towards market, which I might as well considering it is still trios, and generally the way to win is making with your front line, not leaving your teammates. This is a very useful strategy. The original idea was to just ditch the teammates, but I'm not the biggest fan of that idea. At the moment, at least, due to the fact that teammates aren't necessarily ridiculous. No one dropped here. Now I did so I could do my own little bit of looting, but it's not. That's not too bad. But okay, that was pretty cool. But that kill was pretty nice because I don't even use this gun generally at all, unless it's like easy to blow. Oh no. Damn it! What am I supposed to do there? That dude went from pretty much nothing to a full fucking thingy shield. That's just completely ludicrous. That's just ludicrous. I got another skin for the AR for this gun. Unless I do this real quick. Try and just get my aim a little bit snappier. By getting used to shooting with the guns. I'm probably gonna end up. Actually. I'm just gonna test each gun and the way I'll end up using it. Probably might be the best way. Otherwise, you're stuck here for like half an hour, like you were yesterday, which is just dumb. Okay, I really don't use this gun much, but I guess I'll just kind of apply the shit I know for a fact will end up get used to it. I'll end up using on it eventually. So normal, generally how a normal RE works. Alright. I like this. Right. Yep. This is kind of why these are. Right, but again, this gun is it's one of those guns that really doesn't matter what you have equipped to it. Like, I'll put it. I mean, you're still gonna get generally similar results, but at the ranges, not really at close up. Look, pause to the magazine, it helps choose the factor you get. And the way I'm trying to play them better with the, can I actually get that? It'd be impossible for me to actually get that. Did I? I think I dropped. Yeah, I did. Okay, right. So I feel like it'd be pretty. It's kind of dumb to go like this. Right with the RE, yeah, like from like this far away because like think about it. Who's using the RE45 that range? And don't actually have something like if they're gonna use the light ammo, they're probably gonna use something different. Alright. Drop that out of my inventory, pick the P2020 out. P2020 is probably, I don't mind the P2020 due to this reason. It's semi-automatic. Alright, airfield, good running. Of course, the aiming a little bit to hit the range isn't a bit of a okay, so see, I didn't even test some stuff out before. Alright, with the RE, I don't even like the legendary shit on the RE. The only time I use an RE45 is if I've got no other to start. And the RE45 isn't the worst gun in the world. Alright, what about this way? If I end up putting the hammer point on, which is generally what I end up using in the match, right? This is probably one of the P2020 without the hammer point around you. Pop it on, it's gonna be like 30 something Oh no, that didn't end up equipping, never mind. Yeah, so like 15 to 14 a body. 35, okay, yeah, so it's definitely much better. Especially if you're trying to I'm actually not the worst with this gun, so that helps, but now this sight's a weird thing on this gun. Right. Unlike every and this sight's actually pretty good. Like every other legendary sight, which is pretty good, except for the fact that on the P2020 it just doesn't seem to, I don't know, it just seems to kind of be a little bit inaccurate on the P2020 due to the way the P2020 sights are mounted above the gun, like on a external bit above the gun, due to where everything else kind of mounts to the top of the gun, but on the P2020 everything mounts above that, above everywhere, above it. So it's kind of weird. This gun here, I'll put it there. I'm not too fan of the when it's not, you know. Well, I just don't like that sideways to it. It's even got on memory. No matter what game it's in, it's just that little bit of a sideways kick. And it starts with 18 rounds, which you think 18 rounds shouldn't need barely any of those rounds to kill someone. Nah, it actually can take multiple rounds with this gun just to kill someone. It's not getting a whole lot of actual potential. Alright, so if I equip all the bare basics off, you'll end up finding a match technically, so like this, reload, click on more of this, and then if I end up going to use this, so I've run this much better than using the default gun, even though I've literally only have gotten an extra 2 bullets. But the main thing is, it doesn't have that weird kick thing I don't like, with once you put the optics on, which is good. Right. So that's not bad. Right. Alright, and depending on what it is, those extra 2 bullets can't matter. Alright, let's say that I swap up to blue. Now this is where I personally feel like the difference actually ends up coming into play. Due to the fact that instead of having only 2, you get an extra 3. That's wrong. That is wrong otherwise. Grammar, so 27, you get technically 7 from the default, which is not bad. But when I use this gun, I generally use it like this, and I spam a lot in the sense that I use it I kind of use it as like a if I do end up ever using this gun, it's normally I use it as a bit better. And how I end up normally doing that is like this, pretty much. I just go one of yous on, put you on, then you on, and then voila, have a semi-auto. You got pretty much just a better G, in my opinion. Decently end up doing double tap operator mod on it, but personally I'm not you can get kills and stuff like that. I've gotten kills with it before, but just not the biggest fan. Because you just kinda you already have the DPS, but you also add the right. So the general fact of it, I understand you really get like double the projectile damage. Alright. Which mind you isn't saying a whole lot, considering it's only double the projectile damage, but generally you're getting double the projectile damage at a little bit lower cost. At the projectile, but you're getting more explode. Being what I consider a generally no recoil gun, being the G7 for the most part, I know it just kind of seems odd to have extra recoil, and honestly, I understand that at least this game does do attachments. wouldn't mind a bit more variety for legendary attachments, in the sense that currently we get this and that, but problem being, like, this is good. Like, I love the legendary barrel. It's actually one of my favorites. Alright, due to just how useful it generally is if you get it. Right, but one thing I don't see very useful is the fact of that sight. Yeah, it's only on close range guns. You can only get 2 legendary optics in this game, which is the sniper optic and the close range optic. Right, but right, and like that's fine and all, but you know, like, you've only got that. Like, you could give us more technically, because like it, and the problem is they're just generally a universal attachment. It's not like thing. And the fact that some weapons I feel like could utilize it a bit better. Some of the attachments a bit better. Can't use them. Imagine using a P2020 that could take a barrel attachment. It would just make it bit more accurate over range, right? Would be the whole purpose, generally. Right, and the argument could be there is the fact that it's not meant to be a good ranged weapon. That people still use it like that anyway, so it doesn't matter. Right. Right, and so then if I end up going to an actual upgraded thing, you're never running into another problem. Okay, everything else purple except for optics. You can't get purple optics on SMGs. So you're generally stuck with this legendary optic, which, like, okay, the legendary optics, like LTN and stuff like that, is the worst. Alright, it just isn't the best. Now, this is the one I was talking about. Now, that's nice. But check this one, and this is what you get. Okay. Seems to drain your ammo a bit, right? So you put this stuff on, get your attachments ready, and then this is alright. It's not as bad due to the fact that where I've made my dead zones a little bit. But you can then change it across. Right. Legit, it generally makes sense. It's just the fact that I'm not the biggest fan of this gun. Right, and these guns aren't bad. Even if I ain't the biggest fan of it, it still ain't bad. Because you can't even put a look at sniper optics. It doesn't take sniper optics. Which kind of took, if you ask me, some of the viability away from the gun due to the fact that the gun's normally a, well, was a sniper. And, like, that was okay due to the fact that it was literally the weakest sniper in its category. So it didn't make a whole lot of sense. It's the main gripe. I think a lot of people have them. That's how little, about the fact that it was like, there's the lowest damage in its classes. And snipers can generally do a decent amount of damage, but it wasn't really capable of the exact same stats. Right, now I'm gonna put Skull Piercer on just as a more of a demonstrative piece rather than an actual. Normally, I don't really. Alright, so that's body. Alright. 101. And let's say without it on. Good. 90. Right, so 90 to 101. Alright, which is pretty good. Yes, me. Alright, pretty respectable. Generally, there's not a whole lot to do different between them. Two guns I really like are the Havoc and the thing. The Hemlock, actually, not the Havoc. The Havoc's a different gun. I've made that mistake before. And unfortunately, Havoc's. The Hemlock is probably like that in the flat line. And this is kind of why. Like I said, and I missed the closest one. But no, generally this is the gun I end up running for the most part. I don't even use a single, I just got it. And that's generally how I run with this gun, you know. Wouldn't say there's a whole lot of a difference on how I'm doing my stuff, but right. Now one gun I really like, even though it pretty much doesn't take attachments, like most attachments, I think you can only take a magazine and like maybe a magazine, a stock and an optic. And then you got your flat line, which is just generally this. Pretty good gun. Alright, I like it a lot. And this is generally the gun I use this one probably more than most. If you can't tell. But then, like, say you upgrade it to this, right? And then it's not quite the same. because right, you go from those shitty sites to this site, and that just seems to be a lot better. Inaccuracy was that was just me off shooting, but. Right. And then if you go like this, alright, you get this. One of my more preferable loadouts to use for this. Obviously not shooting like that, that's just atrocious shooting. This gun. Alright. 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 Might as well actually go into a game now that I hope my aim should be a bit better than it was before, I'm hoping. Because normally after jumping into a bit of firing range, it helps. But normally, because otherwise I jump straight into a gunfight, and I'm not really getting, I have trouble getting my aim down the best in those. But I'm gonna try and do some solo dropping, if that is gonna even be possible, if that's even possible in that. General factor. I could do some Borderlands 1. I could do some Borderlands 1, that wouldn't be the worst. Trying to think. I don't know. this has been like 40. It's been 40 minutes. No one's tuned in, but that doesn't mean it can't get people tuned in afterwards after it's posted and shit like that. Which again, I don't bank on due to I don't count on people viewing my stuff due to the fact that I've got 2 subs, and I think one of them may be my brother. But the fact of being, like, the fact of that I've got 2 subs and it's cool, right? Cool, because the account before I renamed it and started rebranding it had 0. Like I had things for years. I had videos up for a couple of years, for like 3 years, that had views but no traction. Due to the fact that I didn't understand the fact that you need actual traction. Like, you need to give something for them to, you know, attach onto and then attract those other people. People to your channel. And that's what I'm kind of trying to do now that I'm older and I understand how this stuff works a bit more. No, I'm not, I wouldn't say I know everything, because I know bare minimums of what I know for this type of system and YouTube and stuff like that, but I don't know. I feel like the only way you need to be able to actually couldn't trust anything or anything like that would be to actually try and get big traction, which I'm guessing the only way to get traction is by giving something, is by putting something out there that people find and then also enjoy and want to see more of. Which is kind of what I'm hoping to do, and also kind of why I was not going to originally do microphone and stuff like that until I ended up moving over onto a PC recording setup due to the fact of being I can't edit and I can't make sure my audio quality is good like I can if I was doing with OBS and stuff like that. But I decided, why do that when the whole point of the channel is so that way you can work on going from there. And like, you see people that don't do microphone and they don't have microphones and recordings and stuff like that, they still do good, but they also normally they have something else that warrants a no microphone. Like, they may be an exceptionally talented player at their game. I wouldn't say I'm exceptionally talented, like you can see, if like people can see when they view my streams. I'm not incredibly talented. I've just got a bit of a passion to try and make content that's at least enjoyable. Even if I don't become a millionaire out of it, because honestly that'd be cool. Because no offense, I think everybody wants a million. Everybody kind of, to a certain extent, wants to be rich to a certain extent. But I'm not gonna be able to sell my integrity and shit with no millionaire. That'd be screwed. Because then what's the point of being a millionaire with no integrity? It'd be kind of dumb. So what I do generally try to do though is, instead of going to the point where without the integrity still there, I try and I'm trying to put something across that people are gonna enjoy, and then they're gonna they're gonna be able to enjoy it, and it's not just the fact that people are just watching it and I'm reaping stuff from without trying to put anything back, because it's back. And the way I see it is you get what you pretty much you get in return, you give what you get, sort of deal. So like if I, for the most part, was to give what I'd at least decently assume to be valuable content, or like at least to the point that it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world to post, then like that's cool, because then that's my process of giving. The process of getting returns are a harder process due to the fact of being you're never guaranteed to get anything in return. And if you're only looking at it as you get something in return, then you're probably not doing it for the best reasons. Honestly, I didn't know clear motive. Well, there's probably some sort of ulterior. No. So it might not be the most enjoyable content in the world. I'm trying though, like I really am. Sometimes I just get into a state due to the fact that okay. I was about to say due to a certain factor, but it would just seem like I'm using a disability as a reason for bad or in inclusive content. But the main factor being is the fact of that I have trouble constantly keeping a train of thought. My Spurgis and stuff doesn't help with that either. But it's not a general reason. It's not a particular reasoning, but it doesn't help. Now, the reason why I kind of just sometimes don't talk or stuff like that is mostly due to a different factor. Normally, for the most part at least, I'm gonna try and do something here. Don't know what I can do. Using it, they don't seem to be bad. Oh, that was never gonna fucking work. That dude has red body armor. I'm not gonna be able to drop that. Also, no, that's bullshit. I would have gotten at least a kill. That's cool. What you call fucking dogging cunt. That's literally what I call dogging, considering I should have got at least one kill. But I don't know.